Today, a key figure in the civil rights movement, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., would have turned 96 years old.
96. Vakisha Bailey sat down with a local pastor and King impersonator who found out that his mission is to honor Dr. King's life and legacy through his iconic speeches.
But it really doesn't matter with me now, because I've been to the mountaintop.
It was the final speech. I've been to the mountaintop.
And I don't mind.
That Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. delivered on April 3rd, 1968 at a packed church in Memphis, Tennessee. More than 50 years later, that same speech.
Let us rise up tonight with a greater readiness.
This time penetrating through the red doors of the historic Calvary Baptist Church. The words, I've been to the mountaintop.
Let us move on in these powerful days.
As we honor the late civil rights leader, Reverend Dr. John Moore, following in King's footsteps, says being inside Calvary, standing in the same spot as King when he first started in ministry, is surreal.
From 1948 to 1951, he was a student at Crozier Theological School in Chester. And he came here at this church under the mentorship of Reverend J. Pius Barbour.
His voice and cadence is spot on of Dr. King's.
I just want to do God's will.
Moore was raised in North Philadelphia and now the senior pastor of the Dover Christian Church in Dover, Delaware. King inspired his dedication to humanity. Just like the civil rights activist, Moore belongs to the black fraternity Alpha Phi Alpha.
I started memorizing his speeches, and because of that impact, and learning those speeches and being able to do them as closely as I can to his uncanniness.
With more than 30 years of practice under his belt, performing in front of hundreds, in 2011, he was tapped to perform at the opening of the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial in Washington, D.C.
As I'm speaking, I look to my right as I'm going, I have a dream. And his son is looking at me, Martin King III, giving me a thumbs up.
Moore knows more than a dozen of King's speeches.
And I've seen the promised land.
I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight,
It's not just entertainment, it's a spiritual movement for me.
of the coming of the Lord.
Well, this Friday, Moore will be performing King's I Have a Dream speech at Bally's Casino Ballroom, and it's a free event for all to attend. And you guys, I'm super excited. As you can see how amazing,
That voice.
Oh my gosh, I know.
You see the chills. If you close your eyes, you almost think it's him.
You do. And when we were there, because first I did the interview. So when I was doing the interview, he just all of a sudden starts impersonating him. And I'm like, you can just turn it on and off like that.
Wow.
But I guess with 30 years of practice, I guess you
Experience.
can.
Yes, yes.
And he does it in front of a lot of people. And he just is really passionate about learning the legacy of Dr. King as well, which is really, really nice. So
Important to
Great
keep that
story.
message going.
and you guys, I'm actually going to be going back on Monday back to Calvary Baptist Church because I found someone, a parishioner, who was actually at the church the same time as Dr. King. So he's
Wow.
going to share
Alright.
his experience with us.
Great tease.
All right,
All
right here, right.
on King Day. Thank you so much, Vakisha.
Thank you.